Hello classmates, welcome to the online classroom of Chinese medicine gerontology. Today we are starting the course of pain syndrome in the elderly. The elderly population is the fastest growing part of the world's population, and painful diseases are very common among the elderly. It is reported in the lecture that the incidence rate of pain in the elderly is 49% to 83%. Most elderly people gradually increase in the incidence of pain with age, and the degrees of pain increases. Pain causes dysfunction of behavior, psychology, and congenition, and will eventually cause a serious complication, such as falls, frustrates, depression, deep vein thrombosis, and phenomenal embolism, which are life-threatening, seriously affects the quality of life of the elderly, and bring a heavy financial burden. Therefore, pain has been recognized as the fifth major vital sign of humans after respiration, pulse, temperature, and blood pressure. However, for a long time, people's understanding of pain has been relevantly one-sided, thinking that pain is only a symptom of disease. In fact, pain is a disease, a psychological process that can become an independent disease. For the elderly, when a chronic pain seriously threatens the quality of life, it can be confirmed as a disease. So it is necessary to control the pain of the elderly in a timely and effective way. Next, let's learn about TCM understanding of senile pain. The understanding of pain in traditional Chinese medicine includes headache, eye pain, toothache, phlegm pain, abdominal pain, lower back pain, and other pains related to different parts of the body, and it collectively referred to as various pain. Etiology and pathologies of age pain syndrome. Pain diseases, it can be summarized into two types: pain due to no nourishment, or pain due to stasis. Deficiency is the intrinsic basic of senile pain syndrome. Aging is a natural process of life activity. In the Su Wen, it documents the characteristics of a woman 7 years as a circle and a man 8 years as a circle. Among them, the kidney is the dominance of water, which is hidden by the essence of Zang and Fu. Therefore, it is influenced by the essence of 5 Zang, and all the Zang function are declining. The bones and musculars are falling apart, and the Tiangui is exhausted. Therefore, the hair is white, the body is inflexible, and the steps are not stable, meanwhile become sterility and infertility. Thus, the main factor of senility is the decline of original sense hidden in kidney, the weakness of old people's original yin and yang, which cannot promote the functional activities of the Zang and Fu, but the internal organs' function gradually decline, and the production of qi and blood decreases. Therefore, the physiological characteristics of the elderly are summarized as original yin and original yang gradually becoming weak, the organs' function gradually declining, the qi and blood gradually becoming deficient, and the body malnourished. As the materials deprivation and poor function are gradually formed through long-term accumulation, and the body still maintains a low level of yin and yang balance on the whole level. So the elderly are called weak yin, weak yang body, or old yin, old yang body. Generally, old is not energetic. For the elderly, when they are old and weak, the meridians and organs are failure to be warm and nourished, insufficient of heart yang, heart and chest pain due to loss of heart and blood nourish, deficiency of kidney yang and loss of warmth, lumbar and knee pain and embolish due to kidney and heart failure. Due to the mature influence and transformation of qi, blood, yin and yang of the human body, blood deficiency can cause yin deficiency for a long time, and qi deficiency can gradually become yang deficiency. Qi deficiency cannot produce blood, and yang deficiency can cause yin fluid is difficult to metabolize. The pain syndromes caused by the combination of qi blood, yin and yang deficiency and cannot be separated. Insufficient and no abundance or losing nutrition can be understood as a state of the body's organs and meridians being lost to glorious support. That is, no nourishment is painful. Spumes and stasis are the main pathological factors of the onset of pain syndrome in the elderly. Deficiency mixed with stasis. The general pain syndromes are mostly caused by diseases blocking the movement, but the elderly pain syndrome are not. Elderly people, due to the declining of the internal organs, blood and qi laziness, lung illness and stasis. This is virtual stasis, one aspect. The debilitating body, the flesh, is not flexible. The lumbar of stalk is cold, and qi blood is weak, and the pulse is impossible. And it's the other side of the deficiency in the stasis. The so-called stasis is not blocked, and it's not by means eliminated by blood stasis. People with cold eve, stagnation meridian stasis. Those with stagnation of stomach and intestines stasis. In a nutshell, anyone who has a qi movement disorder that is blocked by diseases can say stasis. The onset of the disease is caused by deficiency, which is manifested as deficiency and stasis, which is precisely the main pathogenesis of pain syndrome in the elderly. This is also the essence of Wang Qingzhen's treatment of blood stasis, namely qi deficiency and blood stasis. For example, gout in the elderly has both the deficiency of liver and kidney weakness, and the lack of qi and blood on the pathogenesis, as well as stasis of obstructing meridian by wind, cold, and dampness. Another example in chest pain in the elderly, which is based on the positive deficiency of the heart and lungs, with cold blood stasis and films as evidence of deficiency and stasis. Fat in the stomach. The visceral function of the elderly is decreased, especially the kidney, spleen, and lung are weak. The metabolism of water and fluid is impaired, and the stomach drink is kept when the water stays wet. External evils attack the lung, and the lungs lose the function, and the lung can condense into stones. Food and drink can be contaminated by fragility, spleen lose health, and water and wetness can condense into stones. Opening and closing is unfavorable. Water gathers into film. In addition, the elderly are emotionally disturbed. The qi stagnates and dissolves the fire, and detoxifies into film. Many elderly people have chronic illness, film, and metaplasia. Film obstructs blood, qi stagnation, and blood stasis, and qi deficiency in the elderly cannot transport blood, which can lead to blood stasis. Conversely, blood stasis can seep outside the veins and can gather water and wind to make film. This is the spleen stones. Stones and stasis cause poison is an important pathogenesis of the elderly pain syndrome. Poison system organ function and qi and blood dysfunction makes the physiological and pathological products in the body cannot be discharged in time and accumulate in the body to generate. That's so-called 金匮要略心法. Poison, the evil energy, is distinguishable. Film turbidity, blood stasis content, if not resolved in time, forming film and blood stasis. Film and blood stasis, accurate heat fire, change into poison, so-called film poison, stasis poison, film and blood poison, which belongs to the category of endotoxicity in traditional Chinese medicine. The poison of film and blood stasis in the body, it rises and falls with gas. Extreme upwards is down, extreme downwards is up. Not only further damage to the body, serious injuries to the organs, consumption of qi and blood, and damage to the essence and fluid, weaken the weak. Sick into the collateral can hurt the heart, brain, eyes, etc., and make the qi and blood movement more disordered, promote the formation of film and blood stasis, make the film turbidity worse. The blood stasis is more congested, and the vicious circle eventually becomes virtual film. Blood stasis and poisoning are affected. Block meridian, impaired, violated, and form pain syndrome. Classification of pain syndrome. According to the nature of the pain syndrome, it can be divided into bolting pain due to pro-qi movement, stinging blood, cold pain caused by cold evil, burning pain of head and poison, the pain of dampness blocking, invasion of dampness and evil, nourishment and soreness, 实血 suddenly blocks the qi movement, qi and blood deficiency, insufficiency of yin and incense, empty pain of vascular meridian, the pain of wind, walking indefinitely, cold evil block, disturbing the pain of the tendons, the elderly are weak in constitution, easy to disturb by external evils, and easy prone to internal evils. So these pains are often seen in the elderly. Their nature is different, and the corresponding pathological treatment are also different. Everyone has learned in diagnosis of traditional Chinese medicine. I won't go into detail here. Okay, that's all for today's class. Thank you.